Right, we are at the BP 2013 auto service on Sukhumvit. And yeah, here I'll spin the camera around. You guys can see that's it there. And yeah, just getting the Mazda there in for new wheel bearing. So I figured I'd give this shop a try. I think it goes anywhere. It's not just here, but it's pretty hard to find, or can be, I guess, a good auto shop. So we'll try these guys, but so far so good. You know, I just checked Google, and they have good reviews for auto shop. I think it was like 4.8, and have close to 100 reviews, which is pretty good for an auto shop. I think it's one of those businesses where it's impossible to please everybody. You know, different people are going to have different expectations, I think. And they can be tricky, I think, at times too. Troubleshooting or diagnosing problems on cars, they can be pretty complicated. So anyway, I noticed a noise, I guess, is noisier than it should have been coming from the back, and it's front wheel drive, so there's no rear diff. But yeah, so I kind of figured it was a wheel bearing, and I brought it over, tried to explain to the guy. He was a bit skeptical. I think he's rolling his eyes maybe a bit, another backyard mechanic. But he took it for a drive, and then yeah, he put it on the hoist, and then you just spin the wheel by hand, and you could actually feel, you put your hand on like the control arm, and you could feel the vibration through the rear passenger side wheel. So there you go. So 2,800 baht. I mean, about $100 for a wheel bearing and labor. I mean, can't argue with that, I think. And it's a Thai shop too. You know, that this car we have is, I mean, it's old, right? It's 2012, so it's not worth a lot of money. So I kind of went a cheap Charlie with it. Stick to the Thai shops. You get a lot better rate. I've seen like the Foreigner, I guess, managed or owned shops. Yeah, I think they might have the modern equipment, I guess, or maybe better expertise. I don't know. I think it's debatable. So for the Mazda, yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm driving. It's not an expensive car. This isn't that really complicated of a problem. So I figured I'd stick with the Thai shop. And I mean, really, the car's not worth putting any money into. I just put in the minimum, right? Minimum possible. I wanted to drive good, so we're having a bit of work done. Had the wheel bearing came up on the trip. The engine and transmission are flawless. I also had, I thought it was, it was a wheel balance, or so I thought anyway. And because at 100, you get 100 or upwards kilometers an hour. The car's shaking, you get the steering wheel shaking. And I just had balance done like not too long ago at Be Quick there, and I'm thinking they probably just didn't do it right. It kind of annoyed me, right? But anyways, I wasn't gonna go back to them, so I figured I'd try somebody else. And I actually asked this BP 2013 shop if they can do alignment, or a balance, sorry. And I know you need a machine to do that, right? And really, I'd like the more modern machine. Has the computer sensors, I guess. But anyway, they couldn't do it. But the owner here, they recommended I go to Cockpit, which is just down the road here. And so yeah, so I checked out their reviews online, and yeah, it seemed okay. So we went in there, and no problem, rolled right in, wasn't that busy. And the thing is, though, so these guys put it. I told them, I think I need a balance, right? And they put it up on the hoist, and then they just spin the wheel by hand, and they realize that the tires aren't round. The two front tires are not round. You can see it when you spin it by hand. So nobody else caught that. I've been, had the wheels balanced twice in the last 3 years trying to, fix that problem. I'm pretty picky, when it comes to cars I drive. I want it to be smooth, right? It's gonna smooth as silk. It's got to be alignment, balance. It's all got to be good. It's got to, I guess, just drive like new, you could say. And when we do these longer trips, when you're around town, you might not notice it so much. But when you're on a motorway or these longer trips and you're getting the higher speeds, then yeah, it's really annoying when you spend hours driving. So there's the cockpit. So I would recommend them too, and it's right. I'll put the links in the description, but it's right on Sukhumvit, Pattaya. Right by this half-fillet shop, which is a pretty high-end German appliance kind of shop. But anyway, so yeah, that cockpit, if you need tires or wheel balance. So anyway, yeah, the other shops never caught that. They're just charging me to do the balance and nothing's coming up. So I don't know if they got a proper machine. I would have thought that would have come up on the machine, or they're just ignoring, like, if it's whatever tolerances they've got that they allow. But anyway, so ended up, yeah, I needed 2 new tires for the front. The back was good, but I needed 2 for the front. So yeah, it cost more to balance, but I think what is this, about 4,500 baht a tire. So there was Dunlops on there. And the tires were okay, like they weren't worn down, like they didn't need replacing because of like the tread. But it goes to show you. I mean, we don't drive the car a lot. Like when you're in town, you're gonna drive. We drive the motorbike, right, to get on traffic. We drive it once a week to go get groceries, or if it's raining, and otherwise, it's usually like trips. So, I mean, it's not parked for years, but yeah, it's been parked for months. Like I go, went back to, Canada for 4 months last year. This year is like 2 months. So it can be parked for months at a time, but not like years. Like in Canada, I mean, to get a flat spot on a tire, I would have thought a car would have had to be parked for like a year or more kind of thing. So yeah, it's just crazy here how it's just the weather, the climate, just it's so hard on everything, really, but anything rubber. And I've seen that on the car too, like tie rods, kind of some steering components, anything with a rubber bushing and stuff. It's not gonna last like 10, 20 years like I've seen, cars in, North America basically can. Here it's like, yeah, tires, it is parked flat spot. I don't know if it's just the heat sitting there for months and the tire can't recover fully when it's moved again. But anyway, we'll see what happens. The back ones were good. So yeah, coincidence that it's heavier, I guess, with the motor and the front, and those were the 2 that kind of developed some flat spots. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Time will tell, I guess. But anyway, we'll see how that goes. But so far, so good. It's driving really good, and this wheel bearing is going to eliminate that noise that I was hearing from the back. It was pretty annoying. So should drive like new again. The car's 12 years old, so the next thing I'm getting done here pretty quick is the window tint on a couple of the windows. deteriorated. Now it's just flaking off. So that needs to get replaced. So I've already talked to shop about that, and the front windshield's had a rock chip from a couple years ago, and the crack now, you know, it's at the bottom, but it's going across the window now. So get a new windshield and tinting. That's going to be about 10,000 baht. So yeah, I had to put about 20,000 baht into it, but everything it should be in pretty good driving condition after that. So we'll be ready for the next trip, which I'm already starting to think about. Maybe go back to Koh Chang, or we'll see where we go from here. But anyways, that's it for the car.